Hey everybody, Anish here, career coach to the fiercely ambitious. I hope wherever you are, your day is off to a great start, that you are fired up, that you are excited about what the future holds, and that above all, you give yourself and keep giving yourself the license to dream big, all right? I have seen people from all walks of life, from all industries, tap into that fire during the hard times that they never thought that they had and do amazing things. That is happening right now. Why can't that happen in your life, right? That's where every video I put out, every time you'll see me, it's coming from that place of reminding you that individuals are the ones who have the power. Individuals are the ones who can radically transform their lives and that of their loved ones if they are willing to go big and do it for the right reasons, okay? So today, I want to share with you an approach, an amazing strategy to get more outcomes from every interview, from every high-stakes meeting, from every situation where there's real stakes attached and there's a real possibility either of a job offer, a consulting offer, some kind of real movement there, okay? Impasses are frequent in those moments, right? You do your best, you do what you're gonna do, and all of a sudden, boom, you're at an impasse, or you can just sort of see in the room, right? The energy changes, or they were in and now you lost them and you don't know where to recapture them, you know? And most of us can feel when we've been discounted before we ever leave that room, right? So how do we avoid that? And I wanna share with you a strategy that is phenomenally powerful and gets very little press in that, okay? And let me start the process of getting you there, all right? So what is the default stance you have when you go into a meeting like that? Let's say you're meeting with either, a hiring manager, maybe a C-suite executive at a company that you're interested in, a major contact that you've been looking for FaceTime with. What is your default stance? For most of us, whether we realize it or not, our default stance is kind of like a people pleaser. You know what I mean? Here I am, ready to go. Got my vest on, did my hair, ready to go, whatever I can do. And I'm really nice and I'm here to be extra agreeable with who you are, right? Extra in line with who you are, right? I'm trying to put out all the signals. We've heard these stupid videos about how to, match and pace someone's voice and cadence. Please don't do that, by the way. It's you don't have to go that far in that direction. But that's basically what we do, right? We want things to go well, so we're there, we're ready to prove. We're ready to prove ourselves. Okay, there are problems with that though, right? Because, maybe you say, okay, I'm proving myself, that's my goal. And I'm just gonna pull up a couple of notes here because I wanna just make sure we get to all the main things here. Maybe you say to yourself, okay, that's a good posture to have. Yeah, but what happens when you're having a conversation and the person that you're speaking with openly gives you a bunch of BS? You can tell in 5 seconds what this person is saying. There's no way that is true. And when you're in people pleaser mode, let's call it that, right? Or the people pleaser posture, or the good job seeker posture, you're not going to be able to call out that BS. It's going to seem very, very difficult, because you've been agreeing the whole time, basically, right? You're going to have real trouble moving the subject matter or moving the conversation to a different place because you've been sending out the signals that you lead the show. You lead the show, right? You're the one who's in control. I'm just here to basically float in the water. There's a whole bunch of problems there. And another one that I got to mention here, you can't good student and people please your way to a deep level of rapport with a real leader. They have to respect you first before that deep level comes in. And so for a lot of times, for a lot of personality types, they see you and you're doing all the right things. They're already kind of sort of psychologically keeping you at arm's length, because here we go. Of course, this person is going to say whatever they're going to say to get the result, right? So that's another big problem of just staying in that posture. I'm not saying remove that posture, but here's the aha, okay? You can take a variety of different ones in any conversation. You might start that way. You don't have to end it. I would, I'm an extremist. I'll tell you that right now. What I teach people, I teach people a way of breaking out of the job seeker trap entirely, owning their own path and being able to dialogue at the high level and generate over and over and over again without any job postings involved. So for the people that I coach, There is no people pleaser key there, okay? If you're not in our world, I'm not going to go that far. I think that should be an ultimate goal. There's no real room for that at the high level. But for now, let me just implant the idea in your mind that that's not the only key that you can play. And the faster you start cycling through different postures in a conversation, the more receptive the person you're speaking with is going to be towards getting to a different path, and the less likely it is that you're going to get stuck in an impasse, right? So let me give you 4 quick postures that are very common that you can switch into like that. Number 1, the most important, expert advisor. For who you are and what you do, you have got to get out of the trap of thinking that this is just a game of skill sets. If I have X number of skill sets, you have less number of skill sets, I'm going to get the job. Hell no. Look at the ranks of people in the unemployment lines who have degreed up to the max, skill setted up to the max. It's not that. It's about how you use it. It's about the impact of what you do. And meeting people where they are and discussing it from the lens of that impact allows you to carry the expert frame, right? I'm not an expert in finance. I'm not an expert in tax planning. But if we're talking about careers, it's not an equal conversation between me and you, because I've got a decade plus in every day working with people just like you, right? So I can deploy the expert advisor using phrases like, here's what I found. Here's a simple methodology, a way of looking at this, so that it's not just a bunch of symptoms. We can actually track this thing, right? Here are a couple of parallels to what you guys are experiencing and what's going on in the industry entire. Actually, at this scale, you're seeing this happen. Where you guys are, this is powerful proof that getting started right now is the way forward, right? Here's what I found. Here's what I believe. Here's where it needs to go. Let's talk a little bit about the details here. That expert advisor frame is tremendously powerful. And I want you to think back and even write down right now a couple of moments in your life where you felt like that, okay? How did you feel? How did you speak? What was the level of confidence in your voice? What was the perspective that you had? Usually sharp, usually on the ball, right? Usually able to take it and really run with it and forget about being impartial. Be partial, right? To your point of view, right? You're not an expert if you don't have a point of view. If you can't say this is the right way, that is the wrong way, we need to go this way, you have no right using that key. But the second that you do, every relationship, especially an early one, will shift in your favor. Oh, gotcha. I can hear it. You know what I mean? So the expert advisor is a powerful frame that you can remember moments from, utilize that energy, deploy when you need to, right? Change that conversation. Allow me to be an expert here, in this side, okay? Because this is all I've been dealing with. I'm a nerd about this. Moving on, right? So here's another one. And shout out to Jordan Belfort for this one, right? He calls it the reasonable man. A fantastic posture that you can take in any conversation, right? Just be leaning in here. Hey, can we just be frank here for a moment, Could we just talk, away from, and basically what I'm saying is away from the BS, away from the things you have to say, right? What has your journey been? How likely do you think this is going to work? What do you think the time frame is here? Is there another way that we can solve this problem, right? Reasonable man is fantastic. The third one, devil's advocate. Prove it to me. Let me just take the posture of your competitors for a moment, right? What are you guys doing to do this? How have you changed? If this is happening, why isn't that going to work? It's a great way to test people's preconceived notions and employers' preconceived notions and challenge that. Allow me, with your permission, to take the other side, right? I'm getting your buy-in to do that. And now I'm pressing you. Now I'm asking you much harder questions than I would otherwise, right? Finally, the disciple, okay? The disciple is someone who found a mission. Maybe my mission is I've spent enough time in HR to know that 99% of them have no idea what the hell they're doing, and they have no idea in terms of walking the talk. I don't care the size of the company. I want to work with people who are walking the talk because you make X amazing outcome happen. Y, Z, A, B, C, right? That's my mission, right? And so if I can communicate that mission, you hiring me is now no longer just a hiring decision. Now it is a big choice that you've made, a stance, and that is tremendously powerful. Guys, I hope that has been helpful. Take notes, rewatch this video if you need to. Follow me on LinkedIn. And if you want to go deeper into my world, helloanish.com, HELLOANISH.com is where you need to go next. Have a wonderful day.